Hey guys, back again with another review, and this time it's of Sweetwater, also known as Sweet Vengeance, from 2013. And it was directed by Logan Miller and Noah Miller, and it's a Western. It also stars Ed Harris, January Jones, Jason Isaacs, Eduardo Noriega, Stephen Root, Jason Aldean, Vic Belder, Luke Rains, Dylan Kenning, Keith Merriweather, Noah Miller, and Logan Miller. So the film starts with us meeting Prophet Josiah and he's talking, and you find out that technically he's running a cult. He believes he's doing God's work, but he's running a cult. We also meet Sarah and Miguel Ramirez. They're a couple, and Sarah finds out she's pregnant. They're having a lot of problem with sheep coming and eating their crops. The sheep are from Josiah's lands. They're getting fed up with it because they need the crops to be able to live. Miguel and Sarah go to see Josiah, and he's nothing but horrible to them. He doesn't want to help them. He says, "How do you know they're my sheep? You're judging," and all this stuff. A lot of rubbish, especially someone who just doesn't want to help and get things sorted. So they leave, and later on, Josiah and one of his men go to his land and they kill him. Sarah goes looking for him. She even goes to see Josiah, and he says, "Oh no, we haven't seen him." So all of a sudden, then Sheriff Jackson turns up, played by Ed Harris, and he is looking for two of the governor's friends. One called Levi, I can't remember the other one's name, because they've gone missing. And he goes round to Josiah's for dinner, and he says, "Can I borrow your knife?" and cuts into the table. Yes. Sheriff Jackson, like Prophet Josiah, is mental. That's right, they're very crazy. I'll get into that in a minute. Sarah's waiting to find out, and eventually she finds out what happened, and she goes around getting vengeance. The problem I have with the vengeance thing is it felt like it was too quick, and it felt too easy. It didn't feel like there was any real staking, any real finding out where these people go, what they're doing, just going in and just doing the job and walking back out without any care in the world. So I didn't like that part. But the thing that really makes the movie is Sheriff Jackson by Ed Harris and Jason Isaacs as Prophet Josiah. Because they both bounce off of each other, and they're both as crazy as the other. Like, for instance, Prophet Josiah goes on about how we can't commit sin, yet he's got multiple wives. He's a racist. That's one of the reasons he kills Miguel, because he's a racist. And he's a sexist. And he also likes to kill people. That's a great prophet from the Lord. Then you've got Sheriff Jackson. Likes digging bullets out of people in front of people. Doesn't care about getting them out of the way. Just wants to do it right there on the spot. Dances around and beats the hell out of people. Crazy. And you can tell that Ed Harris and Jason Isaacs were having a ball of a time on this movie. And you can really see their real talent. You can see their talent ability. They both shine so well in this movie. January Jones, on the other hand, she's great, but you can tell the part she's in, she isn't going to try and win any awards. What I mean by that is she doesn't really show much emotion. You see it, but at the same time you don't. I would have liked to have seen more of a heartbreaking scene. Maybe her losing the baby. Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with that, but that would have made it a little bit more better. The fact that, it was shown that she'd really lost multiple and she was going for them because of that. Like I said earlier, I'd like to have seen her kind of follow them about, find them out, not just turn up where they are and done and dusted. I'm sure I also felt like the kills were a bit meh, but the rest of it's pretty good. Especially Sheriff Jackson tormenting Prophet Josiah. He goes around there, he breaks in his place and all sorts of things. And it's really entertaining. To be honest, I preferred the story between the Sheriff and Josiah more than I did with the whole Sarah part. I didn't like the whole thing. And when the story's concluded, it doesn't feel like a real good ending to me. I felt like the ending was a little bit anticlimactic. That's not meaning the movie's bad, it just means that the movie could have been a lot better. Everybody who acts in this movie is great. The story's fairly okay, but it's the pacing. the pacing and the whole telling of the story. I enjoyed seeing January Jones topless. That was great. But other than that, I really felt that Jason Isaacs and Ed Harris stole this movie. And they were the most entertaining part of the movie. I couldn't help but laugh every time Chef Jackson was on the screen. So overall, it's a fairly decent Western. It's not fantastic. It's not bad. It's in the middle. It's decent. If you've got an hour and a half to waste, watch this movie. Let me know what you think about it. Give it a go. You know, there's bad movies and there's really bad movies. This is a decent movie. So overall, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 because even though it wasn't as great as I expected, Ed Harris and Jason Isaacs made the film a lot better. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and take care.